In 1951, Rudolph Fentz appeared in New York City, dressed in 19th century clothing, only to be killed shortly after. His belongings, including a letter dated 1876, sparked theories of time travel. Despite investigations, the truth behind Fentz's existence remains elusive, blending folklore with scientific possibilities. In 1951, a peculiar incident unfolded in the heart of New York City that would leave authorities and the public baffled. A young man, later identified as Rudolph Fentz, seemingly appeared out of thin air, only to meet a tragic end moments later. On a warm summer evening in June 1951, the bustling streets of New York City came to a sudden halt. Witnesses reported seeing a young man in his late 20s who looked entirely out of place. His hairstyle was reminiscent of styles from 70 years prior, and his clothing echoed fashions from the mid-1800s. Witnesses noted that he appeared distressed and confused, and within minutes of his appearance, he was struck and killed by a passing car. Following the accident, officials conducted a search of Fentz's belongings, uncovering a collection of items that would further mystify them. Among the items found were a copper token for a beer worth 5 cents from a saloon unknown to even the oldest residents of the area, a bill for the care of a horse, and the washing of a carriage from a livery stable that was not listed in any address book, approximately $70 in old banknotes. Business cards bearing the name Rudolph Fentz, listing an address on Fifth Avenue. A letter dated June 1876 sent to the Fifth Avenue address. Remarkably, none of these items showed signs of aging, particularly the letter, which appeared to be in pristine condition despite its supposed age of 75 years. The case was assigned to NYPD Captain Hubert F. Rime of the Missing Persons Department. Rime began his investigation by visiting the Fifth Avenue address listed on Fentz's business card, only to find that the current owner had never heard of him. Fentz's name was absent from any current telephone or address book, and no one had reported him missing. Despite these challenges, Rime discovered a listing for a Rudolph Fentz Jr. in a 1939 telephone book. This lead proved fruitful as he learned that Fentz Jr. had died 5 years earlier in 1946, but his widow was still alive in Florida. Upon contacting her, Rime learned that Rudolph Fentz Sr. had disappeared in 1876 at the age of 29, leaving his family in mystery. The question arose, did Rudolph Fentz accidentally travel forward in time by 75 years? The story gained traction over the decades, reported as fact, until a folklore researcher named Chris Aubeck investigated the case. In 2001, Aubeck found no original newspaper reports of the incident and concluded that the tale was likely a work of fiction. However, he could not identify the source of this fiction. In 2002, Pastor George Murphy claimed that the original story was published in a September 1951 issue of Collier's magazine, attributed to science fiction writer Jack Finney. This led to speculation that the tale of Rudolph Fentz was an urban legend. However, in 2007, a researcher found a newspaper article from April 1951 that reported the story as it is known today, predating Finney's alleged publication. This discovery reignited interest in the case, with some researchers claiming to have found evidence of the real Rudolph Fentz and his disappearance. While the origins of the story remain uncertain, The concept of time travel is not merely science fiction. Some subatomic particles are known to travel both backward and forward in time. In the macroscopic world, it has been demonstrated that forward time travel is possible under certain conditions, such as moving at speeds close to the speed of light. This raises the question, how could Rudolph Fentz have travelled 75 years into the future? The fastest mode of transport in his time, the steam train, could not exceed 60 miles per hour. Did he slip through a crack in time during his evening stroll? The case of Rudolph Fentz remains one of the most intriguing mysteries of the 20th century. Whether fact or fiction, the story continues to captivate the imagination, blending elements of folklore with scientific possibilities. Until definitive evidence surfaces, the origins of this tale will remain a tantalizing enigma, leaving us to ponder the nature of time and the mysteries it holds.